The Beitong KP70 and ZD Ultimate Legend are said to be two of the top controllers available today. Here I have the Year of the Horse version of the KP70, but in terms of specs and functionality, it's the same as the original white Chinese version with a polling rate of 2000 Hz, not to be confused with the international version with a maximum polling rate of 1000 Hz. If you're on the fence between these two controllers, let me show you what's good about each of them, what's not so good, and summarize which might be best for you. The importance of polling rate is up to you. However, each of these controllers, when tested, show higher than 1000 Hz, which for some is a big selling point. The Chinese version of the KP70 tests at around 2000 Hz when wired. The ZD Ultimate tests as high as 3800 Hz. If high polling rates are important to you, then the ZD Ultimate Legend is the clear winner. When it comes to latency, they both feel very fast. When wired, the ZD Ultimate Legend has a latency of 2 milliseconds, while the latency of the KP70 is around 12 milliseconds. Some people say the difference is impossible to feel, while others say it's a game changer. If you're the latter, then the ZD Ultimate Legend is the one for you, but personally, I think they're both very good. They're both very good to use for long gaming sessions. My hand span is about 27 centimeters, and I've never found either of these controllers to be uncomfortable to use. If I had to choose a winner, I would choose the ZD Ultimate Legend, but only because it's more suitable to play with larger hands. The Hall effect and micro switch adjustable triggers are great on both controllers. They're a little bit louder on the ZD Ultimate Legend, and perhaps not as satisfying to click compared to the KP70. I prefer the deeper, solid clicking sound of the KP70, and think that the triggers overall are better than the ZD Ultimate Legend. When it comes to vibration, they're both excellent and easily adjustable. The ZD Ultimate Legend does benefit from having HD vibration, so if you're a Switch player, you might prefer this option. Both of these controllers are on the heavier side. The KP70 weighs in at around 320 grams. The ZD Ultimate Legend comes in at around 300 grams. The KP70 definitely feels heavy in the hands, while the ZD Ultimate Legend feels heavy, but not so heavy. Even so, I removed the motors from the ZD Ultimate Legend, and now it weighs around 228 grams. I haven't done this weight reduction on the KP70 yet, but I would still choose the ZD Ultimate as the more comfortable controller based on weight. Back paddles are subjective, but for me these both aren't ideal. My fingers can't find all 4 back buttons comfortably on either controller. On the KP70, the top buttons are a little too high, and the gold paddles are a little bit short. On the ZD Ultimate Legend, the upper 2 paddles are inconveniently placed, and I don't use them when playing with it. In terms of build quality, I would say the KP70's back paddles are better than the ZD Ultimate Legend's. But since I only need 2 back buttons, I prefer the ZD Ultimate layout over the KP70. When it comes to overall build quality, the KP70 feels much more premium. The grip texture on the KP70 is among the best I've ever felt. It's somehow both smooth and textured and very comfortable to hold. The grip on the ZD Ultimate Legend feels cheap and slippery. I've used a set of anti-slip stickers from the Vader 4 Pro to cover the original stock grip of the ZD Ultimate. The attention to detail, the quiet but satisfying clicks of the triggers put this ahead of the ZD Ultimate Legend. Both of the D-pads work great, and I've had no issues with either. But if I had to pick one, I'd say the D-pad on the ZD Ultimate Legend feels more enjoyable to use because it's softer and more cushioned while retaining that click. The KP70 has capacitive sticks, while the ZD Ultimate Legend has TMR. The stock sticks on the ZD Ultimate are fine, but when replaced with the JS13 Pro, this is a significant upgrade in my opinion. When comparing the capacitive sticks to the JS13 Pro, it's difficult to notice a difference, especially when the tension is matched to the JS13's. When it comes to objective comparisons, like error rates, jitter, and how linear they are, I like to leave that to the pros. There are some great channels out there which test these kind of things, but for me, the controller I pick up and want to play with is a subjective choice. Some people say the JS13 Pros are too jittery, while others think they're the best. But after hours of playing, I think the JS13 Pros win, but just by a little. That being said, the KP70 has adjustable joysticks, and because the capacitive joysticks can be adjusted to match the feel of the JS13 Pros, I would say the joysticks on the KP70 are the winner overall because of their customizability. In summary, both of these controllers are very good. They both have some of the best joysticks available on the market, are comfortable to hold for long sessions, and are very fast. For me, the decision comes down to this. If you value adjustable joysticks and prefer better build quality, then the KP70 is the controller for you. If you're concerned you'll be missing out on the JS13 Pro joysticks, I wouldn't worry about it too much because they can be adjusted to feel very similar. If you prefer faster polling rates, quicker latency speeds, and the ability to change the joysticks to JS13 Pros, then the ZD Ultimate Legend wins for you. All the other categories like D-pad, trigger, back paddles, rumble, and comfort are all so similar that it's difficult to pick a winner. Whichever of these controllers you decide to go for, I'm sure you won't be disappointed. Personally, I prefer the ZD Ultimate Legend overall. The main reasons are because I don't need adjustable joysticks and I only use 2 back buttons when playing games. If you have any questions about either of these controllers, please let me know in the comments. Otherwise, thank you very much for your time and have a great day.